Everybody ready? Come on, let's go.
The Rick Thorne Show! Let's go! The Rick Thorne Show! Let's go!
What up, man? This is Rick Thorne. Welcome to my show. I'm glad you're here. I'm stoked you're here. Every episode, I got somebody that's creative in their own way and what they do, that's accomplished, that's contributed a lot to the profession that they're in. And there's a lot of other elements to, let's say, BMX than just being the rider. There's a lot of behind the scenes. There's a lot of like people in the industry that make the products, that come up with the products, team managers, stuff like that really keep it going. And a really big part of BMX that really helped it grow back in the day to what it is today is the photographers. And they played a huge part in building BMX because magazines were everything in the world. They were like viral. They were like the Bible, let's say. And when the new magazine came out, that was like the jam. So you had to have pro photographers to really document and like show what the sport was about. So I brought on the guest this episode, an OG legend photographer that actually published the first issue, the first photo in a magazine that I was in, Mr. Tony Donaldson. What up, Tony? What are you doing?
Hey, man. It's good to be here.
I wanted to set the pace with that intro so people understand that, like, you know, because people say, oh, that's sick, but they don't know there's a lot that goes into BMX.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and the magazines were a big part of it. I mean, I was a voracious reader. I had a magazine open every day in class when I should have been studying.
So did you end up, what magazine was that?
It was BMX Action.
That was the kind of
and freestyling.
Freestyling, yeah. So then, but BMX Plus was out at that time too, wasn't it?
It was, and it's funny that I wound up working for BMX Plus when I read BMX Action.
That's crazy. But did you ever think, was that a dream of yours? Were you like, oh, I'm going to be a photographer one day, or were you were a bike rider first?
I was a BMXer. So I started out as like a racer, and then got into freestyle and just loved it. Had my own freestyle team, not very good. But
what was the name of it?
It was the Stars and Stripes BMX Trick Team.
I never knew this.
Yeah.
What did you guys do, like flatland shows or something?
No, we had ramps. I designed my own steel-framed quarter pipe that came apart in sections and could fit on a trailer.
It was total DIY.
Yeah.
Everything was.
It was.
But you think it was more fun back then?
I think so. You made do with what you had.
Didn't you feel like, yeah, you did. And I felt like, at least, like, I'm not knocking where the sport is now. I think it's great. I think people were able to make a living at it, and they get to see the world, and they get to have a great lifestyle. It's awesome. It's amazing. But back in the day, I felt like we kind of like owned it a little bit more. Like if you had to be in the know to know what it was about, even though we were showing the world what it was about. Did you ever feel that way?
Yeah. It's a club. It's a brotherhood.
That's it. It was, yeah, exactly.
So like if you knew, you knew.
Yeah. So you did a lot of shows.
A fair number.
Where was that at? Where are you from again?
Springfield, Illinois.
That's right. Oh,
So,
isn't it Simpsons from there?
There are 24 Springfields in the U.S., but it is the most likely one because Matt Groening had his original cartoon Life in Hell in the Illinois Times.
Oh, okay, all right. So that explains your life.
Yes, just a little bit.
Because he's trying to look more like Bart to me now. It's weird. Like, do I look like the principal? This is Principal Skinner. Is that his name? Whatever his name was.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about The Simpsons. So back in the day, you were freestyling, but back in the day, just so people know, let them know, Flatland was like the biggest thing.
Yeah, well, and this is the easiest to do.
You no one had skate parks.
Yeah.
Or ramps or yards to build ramps in, right?
Right. Well, I had an alley, and I had my quarter pipe built off. I had the original BMX Action, that really sketchy, like, what was it, 5 feet wide, 6 feet tall?
That's what I had too.
Terrible.
Did you order the plans on? You could order ramp plans. Remember?
Oh
that?
yeah.
And the transition was made out of 2x4s.
Mm-hmm.
Bark.
Yeah.
What a trip.
Before they knew to cut a radius out of a piece of plywood.
Yeah, that's the old school days.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. So wait, you had that in an alley?
Yeah.
Was it just like DIY? Just put it in an alley? No one cared?
Well, it was my backyard. Like butted up against the alley, so I took off on the alley and used that for the run. So I got really good at sprinting.
Oh, so you're saying that? So you use the alley as your runway to hit the quarter
Yeah.
that was in your yard. That's kind of like what a lot of people did, I think, right?
Yeah.
You needed a runway before half pipes and mini ramps. These kids don't understand this. It was a quarter pipe. It was 6 foot tall, 4 feet wide, or 5 feet wide, or 6x6 or 6x8 with a little deck, and you would have to go around, go down the driveway, go down the alley, turn real sharp, get a crank in just to do an air.
And I paid for all the wood for mine because I had a paper route. Most of my friends did midnight lumber runs, so that was popular back then.
That was, yeah, but you did it the right way.
Supposedly, yes.
You have like the classic bike story. Like you had a paper route?
Yep.
Do those even exist anymore?
I see people, adults doing it out of the back of a pickup truck.
Lazy ass.
Pretty
Lazy ass.
But that's here in LA. It's not rural, or suburban places like
Everything
Springfield.
gets ruined, Tony. Everything, even paper routes. Now they're doing them out of back of trucks.
We're grumpy old men. We're pining for the old days.
I'm not grumpy at all. I don't mind. I like new shit, but I'm just like talking shit too.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, I'll be out riding your bike as a kid was a cool thing.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, and so I got my BMX bike in the early 80s, Schwinn Predator. First day I took it to my middle school, parked it at the bike rack. All the other kids that rode BMX bikes were like, "You've got a BMX bike? Come ride with us." So my circle of friends expanded with that. I rode with those guys from middle school till the end of high school, like every day.
And that's when they all fell off.
Yeah.
They got girlfriends, cars, jobs.
I had
Time to grow up, bro.
When I was 17, I got a 1969 Mustang really cool car at the time that I drove very rarely because I was always on my bike.
Yeah.
It was just.
I hear you, and I was always on mine too. I'm saying that because there's a big group of us that rode in Kansas City, and all of them fell off for one reason or another because they were getting out of school. What were you going to chase this thing that had no what? You know what I mean?
Right.
And like there's no career move in this sport, and so they would get a car, and then they would have to have a job, and if they got a girlfriend, they were done. They were done. They were gone. They were like, and I stress that all the kids all the time. Like, if you find something you love to do, a car is a car. You're not going to want that car in 5 years, but you're going to want your youth back. And so utilize your youth because those are just material things. But people, I think back then, or maybe even to this day, think like they're grown up at 18 and they have to, and they're grown up, but they still got a lot of growing to do. So I guess just don't quit doing what you love to do.
Exactly.
So did a lot of people fall off like that?
I mean, people went away to college and that kind of thing. And, I did.
Which doesn't mean you got to quit riding. Just go to college, just go ride,
Yeah. While I was in college, a friend of mine worked for the Associated Press, took me under his wing, taught me how to shoot pictures.
So you didn't shoot photos at all until you got to college?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Correct.
Okay.
And within a couple of months, I was shooting for AP, and I decided I wanted to try BMX.
What kind of stuff were you shooting?
It was 88, so it was the presidential primaries. So everybody came through Springfield because it's
Reagan?
a capital
was that Reagan
city.
at that time?
I think Reagan was terming out then, so it was everybody else. So it was George H.W. Bush, Pat Robertson, Jesse Jackson.
Did you meet any of those guys?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you got to shoot photos of them?
Mm-hmm.
So did you find that fulfilling, or you were like, I need more?
Well, it was a good start.
Yeah.
It was exciting because I was, I'd never shot pictures like that before. So getting stuff published in newspapers around the world was kind of fun.
Is that what you went to college for?
Journalism, yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I was going to be a writer more than a photographer, but then the photography thing was like, oh, okay, I can do this.
But then how did you have photography? What was the thing that said, dude just said, hey, you want to shoot some photos? I'll teach you. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Or that was it?
Yeah, so he took me, it's Seth Perlman. He took me out to Illini versus Michigan football game. And I shot 2 rolls of film that day. Barely know what I was doing. And he took the film into the darkroom later that day because he was, working on his own stuff and getting it out over the wire. He looks at my film and he goes, wait a minute, I got the shot that he'd been trying to get for 15 years. It was, there was a snap on the 1 yard line. The quarterback got it, flipped himself upside down. I got him perfectly upside down, ball in hand, over the line, scoring a touchdown.
So he's like, this kid's a natural.
So yeah, he was kind of mad and kind of excited at the same time.
Jealous and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I decided that after a couple of months.
This kid, shit I wanted to do, man. Come on.
Yeah. So after a couple of months, I decided I wanted to go try shooting BMX. So I wrote to Super, BMX Action, and
So you were riding
Plus.
the whole time though, while you were still in college.
Yeah.
You still had your bike and stuff.
Oh
Got
yeah.
it. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Just to go to college doesn't mean you got to quit riding.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. This is. Just keep going. I don't. This is all the time to me. I don't understand. So keep talking.
So anyway, I reached out to all the magazines that I was reading growing up, and the only response I got was from John Carr. And
which was
BMX
they don't
Plus.
know. These people
Sorry,
don't know.
BMX Plus.
Yeah.
And he said, "We're not going to that race. Would you shoot it for us?" And I'm like, after I picked my jaw up off the floor, I said, "Yeah." So we had a couple of other phone conversations. It was an indoor race, so it was trickier to shoot because it's, low light situation. I hadn't done that yet. And so we went, I shot a couple of rolls of film and had my dad take it to a 1 hour place just to make sure I was on the right track.
1 hour photo represent. Shout out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so after that, I spent the rest of the race shooting photos. They published the stuff and they said, "These are great. Why don't you come out here and hang out, and let's see how we get along."
Was that like a dream of yours to come to California?
Oh my God, I'd never been, dude.
Yeah.
I'd never been to California.
What year
It was
was
my
that?
dream.
It sounds like late
It was
80s now.
88.
So wait a second here. That's when you first started working at Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, I was working for American Freestyle originally.
That's another one.
So I came
John
out.
Peterson was on that one too, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Is that his name? That was the editor for that one?
Oh no, it was
American Freestyler, wasn't that? I thought
Mike Collins.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I came out to California. I spent a week photographing racers, freestylers, all kinds of stuff. They loved the stuff that I shot. I started shooting all of the Midwestern, all the big teams, Haro and Schwinn and everybody else, like coming through various parts of the Midwest. I basically photographed and wrote an entire issue of American Freestyler as a freelancer. And the great thing is Mike Collins left right after that. And John called me up and said, "There's a job here if you want it." I'm
So
like,
John had saw what you did, American Freestyler, obviously. Yeah.
Well, he was the managing editor for both
yeah.
that and Plus.
Oh, because Plus was a parenting company of American Freestyler.
Yeah.
So you're saying, oh, got it.
Yeah, it was all under High Torque.
Yeah, because that was more geared towards freestyle. Plus was always geared toward racing and freestyle.
Yes.
So it kind of had a combination of both.
Yeah. But then so it was basically myself and Carl Roth running American Freestyler, and Todd Britton was the editor for BMX Plus.
Got it.
So it was a lot of fun, but then sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second.
Was it me? I probably interrupted you. My bad.
No, it's good. So anyway, I ended up moving out and had a nice.
He said there was a job there for you after you did the
yeah. I didn't think at all about it. 2.5 days later, I was out in LA, and I've been here 37 years now.
So you never went back?
No.
I'm going to hold that thought real quick. You know how I said BMX Plus was racing and freestyle together?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us, I didn't lose sleep over it, okay? But a lot of us were like, because we didn't want to be looked at as racers. See, I remember when we first started freestyling, we raced, and then we would do tricks in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then dudes would give a shit. And we were like, and then the outside world would always say that we were racers, and we were like, no, it's different. It's a different world. It's a different mindset.
Right.
It's not the same attitude. We're on different. It's not even. They're two different things. And we kept getting lumped into like racing. I used to wear jerseys and stuff, which is cool, whatever. But like we were like always a stepchild to racing. And I was always like, no, dude, we're freestylers. This is different. It's not this. We're not the same breed.
And I think
at
that,
all.
Yeah, I think that pushed the freestylers to get away from the uniforms.
No, it did, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen until like the early '90s. I specifically remember. I think it was like '92 or something. They were wanting to get it, and I'm not against the gear and the stuff like that.
Right.
But like, it's not even so much about the gear. with being a racer, it's the mentality. You're trying to get first over the line. Freestyle wasn't like that. Freestyle's like, this is my expression.
Right.
So it was it wasn't even, so when two were combined, people used to like the magazine, but not like it for that because of the reasons that's why. Because I think we wanted to have our own separate thing
Right.
than this because we were like, I'm not these dudes. Nothing against them, but like it's just different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Did you ever hear any of that stuff when working at Plus? Did people ever give you shit like that?
I sort of heard more of, and it was dying off at that point, of differences between freestylers and skateboarders.
Oh, I see.
So, but that went away pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, well, BMX is always freestyle, which is weird when we talk about this because freestyle has taken years to kind of have its own like when you have a creative thought, right, and you have an idea, it's okay to be influenced by something, but don't imitate something. If you imitate it, then you're just and my mind was always like, we're not imitating racing because we're over here doing tricks. It's different. Right. We're on the bike together, but it's just different. You know,
no,
I'm not talking shit.
Is.
I'm just saying we wanted our own. We wanted to be known as freestylers because that's what we were. We raced because we did both, and we were like, no, this isn't racing. You know.
Yeah, and the interesting thing was that like the X Games sort of separated freestyle further. So then you had street, you had flatland, you had ramps.
Yeah,
and that was exciting. The bummer was the flatland because it was so good at that time. But if you didn't know, it looked like a bunch of people doing the same thing over and over again.
But I think if X Games put it on a platform and said, this is the shit, this is like, people are so like, they'll go, okay. And I'm not saying that they would just say, okay, because flatland isn't hard or it's just that simple. But if they put some emphasis on it, it's still entertaining. People, they still have flatland jams everywhere. There's more, actually, I think there's more flatlanders now than there are vert riders.
Oh, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
So I think there's still an audience for flatland. It's still a spectator sport.
Oh, I still love watching it.
And I think people would if I mean, look, dude, ESPN X Games took BMX vert out, which doesn't make any sense to me because they have a vert ramp already there for skating. You don't have to put up a different ramp. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's like whatever they think is going to be the thing, but there's still doesn't mean that you don't have value in this world.
Oh,
Does that make sense to
yes,
me?
I've got a great story for you. Speaking of the skate ramp, I think it was San Diego. I was working for ESPN, and I had gotten friendly with everybody. So basically, photographers are allowed on the deck during practice, but when the competition actually starts, just TV cameras are up there. So I was the last one to get down. They finally called me down, took my bag, set it on the coping, dropped it down, and then put my butt on it, slid down, thought I was going slow enough to put my feet down. Now, mind you, there's 10,000 people that are watching me do this. And I put my Vans down on the thing, they grabbed, and I went whoop.
Face plant.
Yeah, from sitting to on my face, and you heard the collective gasps up here, and I could do nothing else but just stand up and take a bow. People clapped for that.
That was your
It
moment.
was just it was the dumbest thing
Wait,
I've
how
done.
big was the ramp?
It's like 11 and a half feet,
That
12
was your
feet.
vert run, bro.
Yeah.
So welcome to being a vert rider.
Oh,
No,
man.
and I just want to say to people, and that's a great story, is what I was my rant was about with Flatland is Flatland was the biggest thing back then, and it's weird because what it turned into, just to go back to the Flatland thing,
Right.
is so like difficult for the average person to do, but it's great to watch.
Oh, it is. It is.
You know,
I mean,
you gotta put in a lot of hours to be the level they're at.
Oh, and they're building on, they're standing on the shoulders of giants that came before them.
Yeah. And that was kind of more. Was that more what you did back in the day when you rode? Because a lot of kids did more flatland than anything. Was that kind of more?
Yeah, I mean, it started out with my friends and I would be riding down the street, and we'd all have there was a gas station where there's a curb, and then there's a hill down there. We would see how far down the hill we could bunny hop.
I got it. Yeah.
So just stuff like that, just goofing around.
Yeah.
So it wasn't structured or anything.
No. So then all of that played a good part for you when you went to become a photographer for the magazine because you knew what to look for.
I knew what to look for, and I knew the timing of things.
That's a big deal with timing. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not just shooting, 6 frames a second sequences. Now the cameras can do like 60 frames a second. You're trying to get that one decisive, perfect moment.
Yeah.
And
Which is still, I think, sometimes better than, like, 'cause I ride with the GoPro a lot, and shout out to GoPro. I love GoPro. I use it every day.
Right.
But there's nothing like getting a shot on a camera that's like right at that moment with someone's perspective. Okay, let me ask you this. There's multiple ways. There's many different ways to shoot a photo.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no right or wrong way. What do you agree to that?
Well,
I'm saying angle wise.
Okay.
When I'm speaking BMX. Like you could do an air, but you could shoot it like a lot of different ways and it's still going to look good. There's not just one angle that you could shoot that at.
correct. But what you want to have is a sense of place, right?
Yeah.
So you want to understand, like if you're shooting from the deck of the ramp and you're shooting on the same side that you're on, that's why fisheyes are so popular for that, because you get the rider nice and big, but then you get sort of the rest of the ramp in there.
Right.
So, newspaper photographers shoot completely different. This is why skateboarders and BMXers hate newspaper photographers.
How do they
because
shoot?
They'll shoot a guy against the sky.
Oh, and they take out the ramp. Yeah.
You have no idea how high that
Perception.
guy is.
Yeah.
You have no idea how spectacular that is.
Right, but I'm saying, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I remember doing photo shoots with people, and I'd be like, have you shot BMX before? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, great. This is going to be a nightmare. So then I'd be like, what level of riding do I want to do for this? Do I want
Right.
to go I'm going to kill this phone. Do I want to go kill myself on doing a lot of hard tricks with someone that doesn't understand what we do because you've just
Right.
been hired to shoot and you don't have no idea. So then I learned to like dumb it down sometimes to still make like this guy. Let me see. Let me see. Sometimes back then you couldn't see what they shot because there wasn't digital stuff back then.
Right.
Oh my goodness, dude! I'm gonna turn off my phone. Hold on. Let me turn this off.
All right.
Yeah. So, but I was just.
I don't understand.
What?
Siri's giving you
Dude,
attitude.
I'm so sorry that I'm doing this to you, dude. My ringer like doesn't go off. Hold on.
Put it on focus mode.
It doesn't even turn off this fucking thing. Anyway, whatever.
Right.
It's because I used to argue with people when we put like an angle for like a GoPro
Mm-hmm.
and we riding, and I'm pretty stubborn though because I know I'm pretty like do it yourself kind of guy. That's my curse
Right.
and a blessing at the same time a little bit. It's like I'll do it myself, but sometimes advice helps too. But when it comes to like riding, I've been riding. I could put my GoPro down like this and be like, "That's the shot." And so I go, "No, put it here." I'm like, "That looks good too, but I want it here. Your angle looks good. My angle looks good. Who's to say which one's better? Is this an ego thing now?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you've done this so many times.
But
that
I'm
you
saying
know
another pro
what's gonna
rider
look
would be
good.
like, "No, you should do it here." I'm like, "No," and we would argue. And I was like, "Dude, I just can't ride with this dude anymore because I don't want your angle. I want my angle."
Right.
So it sounded to me like maybe it was my ego. I want it here. But his angle would have been good too.
Right.
And maybe your angle would have been good. My point is that if you blatantly shoot something that's like in the sky, stupid, but I'm saying something that's rationally shot from the left, the right, front, back, whatever, you can still make it look good from different angles, you think?
There's more than one way to skin a cat, and no cat likes it any way you do it.
That's true. I've never skinned a cat.
I can't say that I have either.
Okay, so what was your first freestyle event that you shot? So it's because I'm gonna build something because I brought something I want to show you. 1988, was that your first year you did a freestyle
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
So what was your first contest you went to? Do you remember?
King of Vert, Flint, Michigan.
Awesome.
So I still see photos of that pop up everywhere.
And you shot all the King of Vert series because I have a shot in 1989 of you on the deck at King of Vert with Spike Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Spike was awesome.
You guys friends?
No, we hung
You guys
out
were
at
kinda
events.
competitors,
We
weren't
were
you?
competitors, but not really. I mean, we hung out and talked and stuff at events, and he was just so creative and so weird.
Yeah.
actually. But he would drive me nuts. He'd go out and spend 20 minutes getting a shot that I couldn't have possibly dreamt of making. And then he would put his cameras away and go riding with the guys he was shooting.
Yeah, because he rode a lot too. He started out as a bike rider too.
We were at the King of Vert in Colorado Springs. And
that's the photo I have of you on the deck.
And it's crazy because that contest was amazing and got great photos. The contest finishes up. Here's Spike. He puts all of his Nikons back in his donkey bag, the camera bag that he used, and grabbed his skateboard, had the bag over his shoulder, dropped in and did a skateboard run on the ramp.
Wow.
Like, are you kidding me?
That's awesome. Yeah. I think also too, like, dudes that rode, it seems like the majority of people through the years that I've known that shot photos, they all rode bikes.
Yeah.
I think that's always better, you know, to be able to, because Spike was a bike rider to begin with.
Yeah.
Before he was a photographer like you. I think a lot of the guys that become photographers in the BMX world were probably riders that had that ambition of being like sponsored, wanted to be a pro rider, and then said, okay, well, maybe this is my contribution is the photography.
Yeah.
You know, and I could, did you shoot the Wayne, New Jersey contest in 1988?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, because that's the first photo I got in a magazine.
That's right, because I got that photo of you that was spectacular.
I have the magazine right here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I brought it in. I wanted to show you.
Is that the one with Joe Johnson doing the tail whip air?
Memory lane, brother.
That was a technical challenge.
Okay, hold on a second. I want to just let these kids know out there real quick. I'll show you the cover here in a second. You can see the back cover. Might bring back some memories.
Blyther.
Back in the day, if you were trying to get sponsored, you had to have coverage. You had to learn how to use a typewriter. You had to learn how to do a resume. You had to have the balls to call up a company, not knowing who it was, to say who's the team manager. And you had to go to find a Xerox machine, and you had to have some form of content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you had to have like a resume, like going to these contests. And you know how it was. Probably the same with photography.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yours was probably different because you had stuff in print already. But if you
Right.
didn't, as a rider, maybe you had a shot in your backyard riding, and you're like, "Hey, I'm Rick," but there's no video edits, no sponsor me tapes yet, none of that kind of shit. So to get in the magazine was a mission. So for me to get in this magazine, I put so much work into this thing. Do you remember this cover?
Oh, Bobby Leftwich.
What's up, Leftwich? He left right after this too, because I ain't never seen that guy since. Was he in the sport that much?
He's still around. He's more into mountain bikes.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, in the BMX world, this guy kind of can't. I mean, I didn't bring this to talk about him, but I'm just saying,
Right.
I didn't really was familiar. That was the thing about riders, though, is that back in the day, you guys would use California riders more.
Just because they were convenient.
Exactly, and all the magazines were on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is to get into a magazine wasn't easy.
Right.
You had to go to a contest and make a name for yourself, or at least place,
Mm-hmm.
and then cross your fingers. Hopefully, I got in a magazine. Well, listen, man, I'll show you this photo right here, because that blew me away, bro. I went to this quick.
By the way,
trip.
that is my cover.
Yeah, well, this is my shot right here. It's small. You probably can't see it right there. And this collage, right?
Walk it up. And
Yeah.
I'll just nice and slow.
It's the one with style. All these other fucking guys. Yeah. So, and it says, Rick Thorne may not be a name you're familiar with, but that could change to keep ripping candy bars. First place, 18 overall expert. Voila.
Yep. I wrote all those captions
And
too.
I had a Run DMC shirt on. You wrote the caption?
Mm-hmm.
This is what it should have said.
Oh no! Now I get a
Should've said,
critique.
Yo, Rick Thorne's fucking bomb. This kid fucking destroys the game. Got style like nobody. Be on the lookout because this guy's fucking shit. Could you put that in there? You guys had no cussing.
No.
No, I like
Roland,
that though. I don't
Roland
really like
wouldn't
to
have.
cuss much either.
Yeah,
But it happens.
Roland wouldn't have gone for that. He was really serious about that stuff.
No, I get it. So this magazine, I saved all my BMX Plus magazines. I brought some more in here too, but this one specifically, this was a huge deal to me, Tony, because, and it's cool we became friends after, because that's what you needed to do or the magazines played such a big part in shaping our sport and people getting involved. It's the only way that there was direct access. 7-Elevens, Quick Trips, whatever. Did you ever have people come to you and say, hey, man, can you shoot me and put me in the magazine just to be in it? I'm sure you probably got that a lot.
I did have people asking, and it's a weird combination of things that has to happen. I mean, contests are easy as far as, well, it's not easy for a writer. It's easy for a photographer because
everybody's there.
Yeah, everybody's there, and it's just such an easy place to shoot because everybody's good.
Right.
And, or at least you can photograph the people that are really good.
Yeah, all your content's there. All your material you need's there. Shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shoot this guy. But as a writer, you're like, I hope I get in the magazine so I could use this to get sponsored.
Yes.
That was what we were trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And people would ask, and it's like, well, I'm not in charge of everything that goes into the magazine. So it goes through, it was me, Carl Roth, and Mike, John Carr. And
did John Carr ever ride BMX?
He can do a couple of tricks.
No, but he rode, I guess, then back then.
He didn't ride before he worked for BMX Plus.
Got it. Okay.
So he wasn't a rider. He was a surfer.
Got it. Okay.
Still is.
Oh, cool.
So
Carl Roth was a flatlander too. But anyhow. So anyway, so you're saying, so I interrupted you. Sorry. See? You're getting old, bro. I've hit my head more than you have, and I keep forgetting to not interrupt you. Yeah, so, but say people, to get people in the magazines, people probably always want to ask you, like, can I get the magazine? Can I get the magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, so this is the way, back to the story I was saying, is that if you had a photo in a magazine and you had a resume of some contests you went to, oh, shit, this completed my resume.
Right. Well, and
now I Xerox this and the cover and say, hey, man, I've been in the BMX Plus. Like, this is the top of the food chain, bro. Like, sponsor me. And that's when I started to like get more recognition. And then once you get in one magazine, the other magazines start to take note, and then you start to become kind of like a staple name within. You're known now, right? So this was a huge deal for me, Tony. I owe you. How much do I owe you for this? You got a monster. I got a monster right there for you.
There we go. That settles it.
What? Let me ask you this: what made you pick that photo of the candy bar? Even though it
just looks
sick, it looks fun.
That's exactly it. That's it, because it just looks fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
So, and that was tough. That was indoors with flash, so there's no motor drive going on with that. That was all timing. Yeah. Although, show me the last page of the magazine.
Oh, that's yeah, you remember?
Yeah,
that's Joe Johnson.
That's a motor drive, and that was a difficult one to do to get right.
And those that you kids out there, you BMXers, you're like, who invented the tail whip? Tail whip air is Joe Johnson. Blind Blyther invented it on the ground.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's really cool.
Anyhow, but it was a big deal to me because the you guys were such a huge part, because as riders, you would want to, I mean, look, dude, I was busting tables riding my bike to work when I got that magazine. Like, I didn't have a car. I was riding around. I was just scrubbing around trying to make it happen. And that's when the sport kind of crashed. When the sport crashed in 88, did you still have your job at Plus, or did things change for you? Because the sport peaked at 87, 88, bam, no bike sales. Everyone's dropping their teams.
Well, that's when American Freestyler folded back into BMX Plus, so it became just one magazine. And the biggest problem, the biggest cause of that crash, and this is per a conversation that I've had with Bob Osborne, who's a friend of mine. Video games. Video games just sucked the life out of BMX.
Did it?
Yeah.
In the late 80s?
Late 80s.
Even in the late 80s it did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, people stopped riding and started playing games. They weren't
even
riding
back
as
then.
much.
It was that soon.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, he's told me great stories of like how great BMX action and freestyling were doing, and then suddenly they weren't. They were in the black for like a long time, making lots of money, and then suddenly it's like somebody pulled the rug out from under it.
Whoa. Video games. You know what's even funnier? Not funnier, but you know what's funny? X Games, I think, used to have a contest with video games.
They've had some weird stuff. Do you remember when they had the bungee
Are you
jumping?
serious? Don't get me wrong. I love video games, but come on, bro. Stop
The
it.
X Games has tried so many weird things. Do you
We're
remember
gonna do
bungee?
fingerboard skating to the next one.
Yeah. Well, do you remember bungee jumping? People would be like in a canoe and bungee
listen,
jump
man,
off a crane.
I respect. Like, I'm talking a little bit of shit, but all in all, I respect the X Games. I think what they've done is done a lot for our sport, getting in, and they're really doing a lot trying to get people back in the sport. They're still keeping the name going. It went away for a while, so anybody listening, like, I'm not trying to fucking knock on the X Games. I'm more knocking on the fact that people think they're actually doing a sport because they're doing it in a video game. You're not physically doing it. Yeah, it's cool and it's fun and it's cool. I get that. I'm just poking, having fun. But ultimately, though, just for the record, anyone listening, I respect the X Games because it really helped my career and helped me a lot get people involved with BMX, and it's still a reach for people to say an awareness to what we do. Because without that, even that in the Olympics and stuff like that, it's like you're back to, and no magazines. What do you go back to? You know,
right?
And if you want people to keep getting involved with the sport, it's not just about us. We're not going to be here forever, right? The X Games play a very big part. So so I'm just trying to make that clear to my listeners and anyone out there, even the X Games if they're listening. Like, I'm not trying to rain on their parade, because they are really putting a lot of efforts to make it cool. They got a new concept coming out with their teams and their league and shit. So it's cool. It's cool. But I ultimately think that it's kind of like corny to have a contest playing a video game of someone riding. Just have a contest of them riding. You know what I mean?
Esports are huge, so
yeah, I know. Well, people also too, though, society outside of X Games and anything is that everything's been kind of dumbed down. People don't want to work for things as much.
Yeah, maybe
a little bit. I feel that way. I mean, music and movies and all kinds of stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's dumbed down, dude. It's not as smart as it used to be. And
you could be right.
There's more things to pick from, I think.
Well, yeah, there's way too much variety.
Yeah.
So everybody's
when we grew up, it was
competing
like
for
bike, skate, moto, and surf. That was and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all these other things came out. Dude, I sound like an old fart. Maybe I am. Maybe I just know what's radder.
Could be.
Could be. So let's back up real quick. So 88 came, the sport crash, bam, and then you went strictly BMX Plus. Did you work at BMX Plus a lot years later than that, or did it start to die down for you?
No, there was a management issue, and I left in '89.
So you were only there a couple years.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes me feel like you were there a long time.
No, it was just shy of 2 years.
So then where did you go after that?
I worked for a few other magazines and actually just doing freelance work and working at photo labs.
And then you did a lot of mountain bike stuff too, didn't you? And electric bikes and stuff?
Mountain bikes a little bit. And then the electric bikes came in way later. I actually worked with Lee Iacocca when he started his company in the late 90s.
Oh, cool.
And so I did all of the photography for his company, and then I did a bunch of the photography when Zero motorcycles launched. Those were fun. And basically the original Zero X was essentially a Sur-Ron.
Oh, okay.
But it was an $11,000 Sur-Ron.
Wow.
But which is funny because they've come full circle. They've now making the XE and the XB that are basically the original Zero X, but they're priced closer to the Sur-Rons.
Oh, okay. Remember House of Lithium?
Yes.
You hooked me up with them. You know the two signature
TJ.
bikes I had?
Uh-huh.
I sold them to my producer over there.
Oh, nice.
I needed the rear differential fixed in my FJ, so I was like, no, those things were cool. They were fun.
Yeah.
I see a lot more kids out on electric bikes than I do BMX bikes, for sure. For sure. It's just
it's a different interest. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess just being a hardcore BMXer my whole life and something that I find joy in. Other people might not, but it's just you want to keep it going because you know that there's way more to do on a BMX bike than an electric bike.
Yeah. You don't worry about how far you can go.
No. But I see a lot of kids out with, they have those options of everything's electric nowadays, So what's next for you?
Well, a combination of things. I'm still shooting. Not as busy as I'd like to be, but I'm still doing it. I'm writing a bit, and I'm getting into voiceover.
Awesome. So you have a podcast, right?
I do not currently.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
Yeah, I was in talks about taking over one, and I've decided to bow out of it. But I'm wanting to get back into it because I miss it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I love doing this here today.
Yeah, well, I mean, we love having you here, dude.
Thanks.
Is there any stories back in the day that you think you'd want to share with at an event, like shooting someone like Hoffman or McCoy or Joe Johnson? You've shot like a lot of the legends. I mean, and the legends like before them, like Fiola and Dominguez and Blyther and all those guys. Something I wanted to, before you tell me a story, if you have one, I wanted to ask you, what was that like though, coming from Illinois and then you're like shooting these people you saw in the magazines? It had to be kind of like, it's kind of trippy.
If you would go back in time and tell 17-year-old me that I would be friends with all of my heroes growing up, I'd have told you to go pound sand. I wouldn't have believed it. There's no chance. It is literally.
I've never pounded sand. That doesn't sound fun.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So here's a really good story.
All right, break it down.
Freelancing for American Freestyler. Drove to St. Louis, 2 hours away. Haro team is there. So I got to meet a 16-year-old Matt Hoffman.
Whoa.
And see him ride for the first time.
At 16 too. Whoa, hungry.
Holy shit. I mean, that kid had so much talent. And the funniest part of that whole day was I was talking to the team back at the trailer after the show. Hoffman walks up and tosses a bra into the trailer.
Awesome.
So some woman out there thought he was impressive enough to throw their bra at him.
What?
At 16.
Whoa. I mean, it could have been another 16-year-old throwing a bra at him. You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah, or it could have been like an 80-year-old. I was kidding.
Ew.
I don't know. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. Young Matt, bro, he was so hungry at riding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I remember it he was still an amateur at Flint, Michigan. And he was throwing like 3 different airs on each wall that he did. Yep. It was crazy.
And that's funny. We not Flint, Michigan, but Colorado Springs was another one that he killed it at.
Yeah.
That he went to. Yeah.
Well, and then Irvine, the finals, he won amateur, turned pro, won pro.
Wait, you were at that contest too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too. I competed there. So that was in 1989, but it was the 88 finals because they always did it late because they did the same in 89 and they had in 90, they had the finals in 90, but it was for 89. It was like in Irvine and indoors right there. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, no, he that year he won amateur and then because I flew there with him. Check this out. I flew with Matt and his dad and they were pilots and shit. His dad was, and his brother, we flew in like a little crop duster plane they had from Oklahoma. I flew with him and his family to Orange County to that contest. Cause I drove from Kansas City, made it to Matt. I used to go down to Matt's and stay down there forever, a couple of weeks, go back home, work, come back, back and forth. And so I flew with him. So he won amateur and then he turned around and won pro and then he won high air. And I remember that contest going, dude, I go, you should go pro. He goes, do you think? I go, bro, like, dude, yes, you should go pro. And then, not that it was me telling him he was going to do what he was going to do, but yeah, he killed it. Yeah. I didn't know you were at that one.
Yeah. No.
Do you know a guy named Bill Batchelor?
Oh, yeah. I know Bill.
He was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys friends? You got old school photographers friends?
We're friends now. We were cutthroat competition back then,
Yeah, even the photographers have it.
Yeah. Yeah. But his stuff was always really good, and he's got some of the best history. Here's the problem. So he's got probably the only usable archive of like 80s freestyle stuff, and his work is impeccable. The problem is when BMX Action Go magazine, they changed their name to Go when they went. When they finished up with that, they just threw everything away. Like the entire history of BMX,
Really?
all of Oz's work, all of Wendy's work.
Wait, they just threw it in the trash?
Yes, in a dumpster.
Go did?
Yes,
Who owned Go?
it was still owned by Bob Osborne.
Why did he throw it away?
Well, he left. He moved to Carmel to be an art photographer. You know, so it was Spike, Lou, and Andy that were running the show.
Yeah.
And he just said, okay, get rid of everything.
Wow.
So they threw it away, unless somebody mysteriously snuck all that stuff somewhere, but they're not showing it.
Well, it's like BMX Plus, though. They have all their stuff there, don't they?
They do, but it's a train wreck. Like nothing is filed. There are stacks of prints from the 80s, and the only person that could ID most of that stuff is John. And
Do you think the only people that really could appreciate that stuff, though, is people from the 80s? My son, he would look at it and be like, whatever.
maybe, but
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
not to shit on it, not to say, because I think the stuff should be preserved. But I think in the big picture of things, don't throw it away. It's history for sure. Give it to the museum.
of course.
Something. But I think like it's people that really appreciate that time are the people that lived in it. You know. You know what I mean?
I think there's certainly something to it.
I'm not saying that it's not valuable.
Yeah, Toby Henderson, with full permission from Oz, has the BMX Action entire collection.
What?
Online. Yeah, I think it's bmxaction.com. And
BMX Action started because RL rode.
yeah,
I interviewed RL Osborne, and the magazine started because he got into BMX. So hats off to RL. RL did it first.
well, and
RL did everything first, by the way. Touring, a team, the magazines. Like, RL was like, the only thing he didn't do was run contests, I don't think. All that other stuff he did first.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
well, him and Bob Harrow
Yeah.
were the original team.
Yeah.
And
But I think it all kind of stemmed from that. The magazines to keep it alive was because RL played a big part.
well, Oz
I don't
was
know if I don't know if he gets the credit for that sometimes, but I think he should.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, Oz was a fireman, and he started working for a different BMX publication that was going back then, and he was offered a chance to buy it and take it over, and
He was a fireman.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So
Crazy.
and where his talent for behind the lens came from, I have no idea. But
Kind of
his
like yours
work
too,
was
bro.
So
It's just
good.
kind of natural. You kind of get a knack for it.
Yeah,
You know.
but he didn't come from writing. Like he wasn't a writer, but he was, I'm sure, taking pictures of RL.
Yeah.
So it that transferred well. But I mean, all the great pictures that Oz used to take. Oh my God. And you should see his work now.
Yeah.
He's doing portraits of cowboys and Indians, and he has a studio in Livingston, Montana.
Oh wow.
I've been there a couple of times.
Oh cool.
It's
Cool.
really cool.
That's awesome. That's rad, dude. Well, so for you, freelance stuff, you got the voiceover stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You think you ever shoot BMX again? I mean, I know we shoot photos every now and then, but do you ever go in any? I see you got the old school reunion shirt on right
Yep.
there.
Well, I shot a bunch of that weekend. This
did.
is the last one ever at Woodward. They closed it right after we left.
Yeah, because Woodward closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
So-
Wonder what they're gonna do with those ramps.
They are sitting on that whole property for a year, trying to find a buyer.
Of course.
So if they don't, then I'm sure it's going to all go away. What they should do is call all of us and say, hey, anybody want some ramps?
Yeah, that's right. I know, right? So you shot the old school reunion. That
Yeah.
had to be dope, huh?
Oh, it was fun. It's just a fun time hanging out with all the, old school BMX guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all my friends.
Yeah. Well, dude, you made one of your dreams come true. I think it was just like you found your niche in BMX and you rode and you did your thing, and that's a blessing, bro. Especially, I know how it was hard coming from the Midwest to the West Coast back in the day, it was a real commitment. A lot different than it is now, with, doing research and being connected, and, just things are just a lot different because of the internet, obviously.
Well, you gotta have people in your corner, and Sean Carr's been that guy for me. He's changed my life 3 times.
Whoa, what were you 3 times ago?
Well, I wasn't working for a magazine. No, he got me the job.
Guy,
For
maybe
American
quit
Freestyle.
drinking, maybe quit doing drugs, maybe quit gambling. The
No,
3 things I love so much.
No, he ended up getting me the job at Electric Bike Action.
Got it.
I was there for 7 years. And then he got me to change my diet, which really changed my life.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah. You look good.
Thank you.
Keeping it off.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, my phone just loves it.
Keeping myself in riding shape, even though I don't ride as much as I'd like to.
Do you ever go out and ride and do tricks much anymore?
Not as much as I should. I grabbed a couple of people's bikes at the reunion and played around a little bit. I still have my freestyle bike hanging on my wall that I need to take down. It's one of Eddie Fiola's Proformers.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So limited edition, 250 of them ever made.
Sell that shit.
Guess what the serial number is on my frame, fork, and bars?
1.
No.
2. 0.
Secret handshake of freestyle. Come on, man.
43.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Cool. Cool. Yo, hawk that shit, dude. Can't take it with you, Tony. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I love that bike.
Hold on to it. I know. Hold on to it. Well, listen, I want people to follow you, your work and stuff before we get out of here. Do you want to let this camera know where they can follow you on Instagram, or you got a website or something they can check your work out?
I believe my Instagram is PhoTonyD, and I don't pay enough attention to it. And then my website is tdphoto.com. It's my initials, Tony Donaldson, tdphoto.com.
Yo, thanks a lot for stopping by, Tony.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
stoked that you're here and gave us all the listeners, a lot of BMXers listen to the show too, and anyone out there, photographers, people wanting to follow their dreams, your story, and thanks for sharing it, dude, and stay rad.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Love talking to you every time.
You're the man, dude. Everyone out there, thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends to subscribe. I appreciate the support. And we're going to just keep pumping out episodes one after another and another. Once again, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Stay rad.
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go.